On Halloween 1999, a car in flames caught the attention, but when the flames were extinguished, something profoundly perturbed was found. This is the case of Halloween in Flames, Christopher Gregory and Jennifer Walters. On November 31, 1999, in Texas, a local cop named Joey Jacobs at 3 a.m. saw something in Neach River Bridge. He had just finished his run in road traffic and was on his way to his house when he saw a dark Ford Explorer covered in flames and immediately called the firemen. After the fire was extinguished, the authorities found an individual on the back seat. The individual was not just burned, but also the body was been decapitated. When a better inspection was made, it was found an earring in the victim, indicating that probably the body belonged to a woman. The body was wrapped in trash plastic bags and closed with duct tape. The police decided to investigate the plates to discover who was the owner of the car. The owner, Kenneth Robbins of Jefferson County, gave the possibility that the victim was his daughter, Kristy Robbins. The police decided to use dental registers and confirmed that the victim was Kristy of 20 years. She was born in Port Arthur, Texas, in May 23, 1979. Her friends described her as innocent and caring. She was always available to her friends. Her caring nature caught the attention of a senior of the school, Christopher Wayne Gregory Jr. Kristy's life took a turn when she met Christopher. Even though they had 1 year apart on school, their connection rapidly evolved to a serious relationship. After the graduation, life seemed promising to the young couple. While Christopher kept studying, Kristy got a well-paid job, but Kristy's plans of going to a university went down the water when she found out that she was pregnant. In a committing act, Christopher moved to Kristy's family's house and arranged her work at a strip club named Teammates, where he worked as a cooker and security. Their parent journey started in January 1998, when their son, Chris Jr., came to the world. The two parents demonstrated to be responsible and very active on their son's life. In August, they moved out of Kristy's parents' house, and everything seemed fine, but everything changed 5 weeks later. In a night, Christopher didn't come back home. In that night, he went to the house of one of the strippers of his work, named Jennifer Walters. With a broken heart, Kristy broke up with Christopher. She took her son and went back to her parents' house. Even though they finished, they were capable of maintaining a friendly relationship because they both had as a purpose educate their son together. They came to a custody sharing agreement where Kristy stayed as the principal guardian of their son. The last contact of Kristy happened on the night October 30, when she talked with her mother around 11:30 p.m. During this conversation, Kristy warned her that she was going out with her new boyfriend. When the police brought Christopher to be interrogated, he revealed a story totally different. On his statement, he told about his last conversation with Kristy that happened the night before they found their car. He affirmed that the two had combined that Kristy was going to pick up their son, but when Kristy failed to appear on time, Christopher called her 3 times. During the last conversation, he believed that she was in a club. After a deeper investigation on the two sides of the narrative and on the phone register, they were able to find discrepancies on Christopher's initial version. The 3 calls appear to be 12 calls between Christopher and Kristy on that unhappy night. The detectives visit Christopher and Jennifer's apartment. When they entered, their attention was diverted to a dark red stain on the floor. Christopher remained cooperative and explained that his son had spilled cranberry juice, but when the analysis confirmed that the stain was black, Christopher changed his story, blaming Jennifer of orchestrating a horrible crime. But in a turn of events, Jennifer refuted the accusations, alleging that Christopher was in reality the mastermind behind the plan to eliminate Kristy. According to their statements, in the night of the crime, Christopher manipulated Kristy for her to come to their house and coerced Jennifer to be an accomplice of this sinister act. Inside of the apartment, Jennifer hid herself behind the main door, with a towel in her hands, ready to strangle Kristy. The first plan was to fake an overdose, but it wasn't successful, forcing Christopher to elaborate a plan even more disgusting. He considered dismembering Kristy's body on the bathtub, but that ended up to be a difficult task, leading him to put Kristy's remainings on trash plastic bags and put fire on them inside Kristy's cars that was found under the bridge. After the confessions, the police arrested the couple and were accused of murder. Jennifer was able to get a plea deal with the prosecutor and agreed to testify against Christopher, but later, Jennifer wanted to back off on the deal because meanwhile, she and Christopher were changing cards, and in one of the messages of Christopher, he professed his love for her. But the prosecutor was able to convince Jennifer to follow the deal, and on the day of the trial, she gave herself as guilty and was sentenced to 45 years in July 25, 2000. Christopher decided to not bet on his luck, so he gave himself as guilty, being sentenced to 50 years in July 26. Now, Christopher of 46 years is still serving his sentence of James Vallard unit and is going to be eligible to ask parole on November 2024. But his prison records inform that his release date is on November 2049. About Jennifer, now 46 years, remained locked on Dr. Lane Murray unit in Gatesville, Texas. Her parole was conceived on May 2022, but a prison record showed that she was planned to get out on November 2044. This is all we know from the case of Christopher and Jennifer that saw the life of the young mother. Until today, it's still not known the motive of Kristy's death, and not even who was the real mind behind such atrocity. What is your opinion of the why Kristy was so violently attacked, and if you think that Jennifer and Christopher receive a fair sentence? Well, that's it. Leave a like and comment other crimes that you'd like to see here. Bye!